Hi, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of IPL Titbits with Gully Cricket. So, Shash, we are done with the group stages,
Yeah,
and the last
yeah.
match played was between Punjab Kings and Sunrisers Hyderabad, which was a very
Hmm.
insignificant match. But it was
Correct.
certainly significant for the teams to, check their bench
Hmm.
strength, where they've not got anything to lose. But even
Hmm.
then, SRH did not play Samad, who was one of their retentions. He was actually dropped after 2 games or so. So,
Yeah.
does this show that they were very bad with their retention strategy?
Yes, definitely. I would say that because I mean, how can you not play a player who's been retained from your previous editions? That's behind my thought process actually, because you paid a certain amount and retained in the team because you believe in his abilities. And if you don't make him play even a single game, what happens to the confidence of the player? It's like he'll be like wondering, what have I done, to not play a game? Have I done anything so drastically wrong that they're not even thinking of having me in the 11? He definitely deserved a chance, I would say, because he's a big hitter. I know he's not set the stage on fire in terms of like making impactful innings. But I think whatever time he's got in certain knocks, he's shown that he's capable of those big hits. And yeah, it's very unfortunate that he did not get a game. Yeah, saying that, I would say like their batting lineup especially was quite flawed throughout. The time they realized that Williamson was not fitting in the opening, uh, it was already way too late. And it's a blunder that they never made Rahul Tripathi open because even when he played for, I think, Pune, like not now, like a long, in the previous 2, 3 years, I think, when
2017.
Chennai was not there. Correct, yeah. I think he impressed me that time itself because this guy was going after the bowling from the word go. And in the last 2 years, I think, be it for KKR or for SRH, he's been the guy who's taken that mantle of going in and attacking the opposition. Now, that is very important because you're making a statement as a team that, hey, look, we have this guy here or we are here to win, and this is how we are going to play. So, yeah, like there's so many tactical errors, I would say. I think injuries also did not help them in terms of Natarajan not being available for a few games. I think the bright spot would be definitely Imran Malik, like getting selected for Team India would be a dream for any budding cricketer. And I'm pretty sure he would be excited. And we are all excited to, see him in the Indian colors and hoping that he gets a few games when they play against South Africa in the next month.
Yeah, it's very exciting, but it's also disappointing that Rahul Tripathi missed out on a chance. He certainly was.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we should have another show for this. I would say like maybe where we talk about the selection of the squad. I would say for the South African tour, there were a few surprises for me, honestly. I mean, how can you drop Ashwin? He would be feeling very bad as well because he's just what has he not done? I mean, I remember Ian Bishop telling that you know, uh, I mean, he's generally asking like, okay, is there anything else left for Ashwin to do? Because he's almost done everything. I think only captaincy is the only thing that is probably remaining. And I'm pretty sure he would be a pretty good captain as well, considering the thought process that he has as a cricketer. So, yeah, I think there are a few questions actually on the selection that has been made, if you would ask me.
All right. So that was about SRH camp. Now moving on to the Punjab side. They have now been sixth ranked for the fourth time in a row. And that
Hmm.
too, even with some good players in their team. Even this year, they had Dhawan, Bairstow, and even Livingston was in such murderous form. So, what do you think is wrong with the camp?
Uh, I think they focused too much on the batting and they sort of didn't focus on the bowling is what I would say. That sort of let them down in a few games. I remember one game where Odion Smith conceded like three sixes or something in the penultimate over, and I think it was against Gujarat itself, like where Tivatia took him to the cleaners.
Yes.
Maybe I mean he did not have a good IPL, Odion Smith, for the reputation that he had. I mean, unfortunately, the only match that he played was against RCB, which I did not like. You know, for all the RCB fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think uh, Arshdeep has been brilliant. I mean, he definitely deserves the India call up as well. He's been doing consistently well over the last 2 or 3 seasons. I think this guy is like very smart, like they say an oxymoron, a smart Sardar, but then he is a smart Sardar, right? Yeah. I mean, just on a lighter note, but yeah, as you said, Livingston, it was his season, you can say, where he showed the world and the people in the IPL that this guy can hit a long ball. And he played some obviously one innings I can't forget is against RCB because he played a very matured knock in that game. If we had got out, it might have been a different scenario. So yeah, like positives definitely for Punjab. I would say like Mayank had a pretty poor season. And I think that's one of the reasons why he also is sort of omitted from the squad or like not being considered for the India South Africa series as well. Mm, I mean, yeah, again, another player I feel really unlucky to miss out is obviously Shikhar Dhawan. There are
Mm.
talks going around that he was going to be named the captain, but after reading an article, I felt like really bad, like that he's not being considered. I think as I said, we should have a separate show and we should discuss about this.
All right. So yeah, with that we are done with the group stages, and yeah. So the last match before which we had the preview was Mumbai Indians versus Delhi Capitals, and the man of the match was, it was Bumrah, and
Yeah,
we had only one entry, and
yeah,
it was for Bumrah, and this Dreras
correct.
guy, he didn't win anything, and much unlike KKR, he's winning in the last few stages of this contest. So I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
mean, just to mention that game, I think I should probably say a few things about it.
yeah,
Well, you know the reason why you're smiling right now
yeah.
because we need to thank Mumbai, and it was just I mean RCB. One thing they do not fail to do is entertain, even though they're not won any cups for us until now. But yeah, one thing they don't fail to do is entertain. And seeing those videos of all the RCB boys, rooting for Mumbai and the emotions, the raw emotions that was there on display was like unbelievable. I mean, you were just egging on a side because if they won, you're going to like qualify. So yeah, I mean I think the loyalty of the RCB fans sort of pushed Mumbai to win the game because honestly, like at the midpoint, I felt Mumbai has given like 10-20 runs too many because at one position, one point of time they were like 50 for 4 or something,
Hmm.
and I was hoping that they'll get all out within 120, 130. That didn't seem to happen, like Roman Powell, my God. I mean, has he come of age or what? Like, he's played some really crucial knocks in this season, and none better than the one uh, in the previous game as well. If not for the partnership between Pant and Powell, we would have been definitely chasing a much lower score. And yeah, I mean, it was quite a interesting game, like Pant dropping a sitter of brevis, you can sort of say. We do know it went quite high in the air, but then someone having the gloves, you fancy them to take the catch. And then also the Tim David review, that turned out to be the game changer. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure myself, like if he had nicked it, but uh, on seeing the replay and seeing the slight, deviation in the sneaker, I felt. But then what followed after that was like absolute mayhem. This guy just he's raw power, man. I mean, like Mumbai definitely made a mistake by just dropping him after a few games because if they believed in a certain talent, even him and Daniel Sams, they should have backed him. I'm pretty sure they'll reflect on it, and Tim David will definitely get a lot more games in the next season, and also he'll get a lot more love from the RCB fans.
All right. Now it's good to see you say that we would have chased a small total in a match between Mumbai and DC because you consider Mumbai to be your team now.
Yeah,
So
for one day.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think
yeah,
it just came out in the flow. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, thank you Bumrah, and thank you Rohit for not making any changes, and yeah, thank you Mumbai as well for winning the game and for being
Definitely thank
wonderful
Tim
host.
David.
Yeah, he's our own player. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
So now off from Mumbai, let's go to Kolkata. Uh, now it's a
Mm,
big match tonight, and it's gonna be played at a new
correct.
venue after 70 games, and it's the
Mm,
qualifier one between the table toppers Gujarat Titans and one-time winner Rajasthan Royals. So
Yeah.
both champion teams, and both have some, very very strong players like Josh Butler and even Devdutt Padikkal, Yashasvi Jaiswal are shining well. And on the other side, we have
Yes.
Hardik Pandya, Saha, and Shubman Gill. So who do you think is the player to watch out for tonight, Shash?
Oh, there's there's definitely a lot of talent on display, all right. I mean, as you mentioned, the youngsters, Shubman Gill, when he plays well, is always a delight to the eye. And the left-handers, both of them, they have like different elegance, you know. Like Yashasvi Jaiswal is a very classical player, you can sort of say, but then how he's upped his power game in such a short span of time, is such encouraging signs for Indian cricket. And Devdutt, I mean, I still do the fact that he's not with RCB, you know, even now, because I mean, he's one of those guys, you know, like very tall for an Indian batsman. All right, I think it would be 6'3", 6'4", and you know he has different strengths in that regard. So I think definitely always worth a watch. You know, I think he's good of a short ball as well, considering his extra height as an advantage. So yeah, as you mentioned, there's lots to look forward to. In the bowling front as well, you have the mastery of Chahal and the skill of Ashwin from the Rajasthan Royals. Then you have the accuracy of Shami. Then the wiliness of Rashid Khan, the pace of Ferguson. So you have this. It's a blockbuster game basically. You know, two strong teams. You know, trying to get to the final at one go. I hope the weather doesn't play spoilsport because there is forecast of thunderstorms in the venue. We I hope that even if it does come, it is for a short period and doesn't impact the overall duration of the game. So yeah, keeping our fingers crossed because yeah, they did change the venue, but we didn't account for the weather being so inclement. So hoping that we get a full game.
Yeah, and good thing is that the matches are off Mumbai now, and Mumbai it's raining now. So on time they have moved away from here. And yeah, so that's about the uh, match. And now let's go to the numbers. So this is where the both teams key spinner have an upper hand. Now David Miller
Mm-hmm.
has been dismissed thrice by UZ in 6 innings, and the star
Mm-hmm.
batsman from other team Butler has also been dismissed 3 times by Rashid Khan in 6 innings. So which
Uh-huh.
matchup are you more excited for today?
Uh, Sorry, so give me a
Yeah.
moment, please.
Yes.
Yeah, coming to your question, I would say uh, Josh Butler and Rashid would be definitely interesting because both are game changers in their own way for their respective teams. Uh, Josh Butler is definitely due for some runs. You know, like as I mentioned in the other show as well. Um, he's had like two halves of the IPL. The first half it was like a dream run for him, and the second half it's like a nightmare. So you would obviously want to get into the first half, the mode of the first half, and I mean, today is the night for him to step up if there was any other occasion. And that won't be easy considering you have such quality bowlers in the opposition lineup as well. Hardik would definitely be depending on Shami to, bowl the test match length. And if there's some nip of the air or in the pitch as well to get Butler out early, that would be the game plan. Which was the first one you said?
David Miller
Uh,
versus UZ.
David Miller versus usually now. This has been something that's been going on for a while, I would say. If not only in the IPL, but even in Indian colors when he plays for South Africa. So, I mean, David Miller has done surprisingly well this season, you know, like he's won them a few games and taken that mantle of finisher quite seriously. Now, in the middle overs, when he comes and when he usually is operating, is very crucial again. Now, as you mentioned, UZ has got him out a few times, right?
Hmm. 3 times in
Six
six
times, is
innings.
it? Three times. So that's a 50% ratio.
50.
Yeah, now how he plays, and you also have Ashwin to counter for
Hmm.
Miller. So you have a bag of tricks there, basically. If he does survive both of them, and even if he manages to attack them a little bit as well, I think he'll be dangerous after that. Because once they see them off, I'm pretty sure Miller is much more comfortable facing the Pacers. And if anything's in the arc, then it's out of the park for Miller.
All right. So now we'll move to the final question, and before that, I'll put you a stat. Rajasthan Royals has won just 2 out of 9 games at the Eden Gardens. Now, I don't have the stat
Mhm.
for Gujarat because they've never played there. So, now
Correct.
who do you think will win tonight? Is it Gujarat or is it RR?
That's, I mean, I really cannot decide a winner because I'm just hoping for a great game, being a neutral here. And the teams are so like, evenly balanced, you can sort of say in that regard. If you just go by the playoffs, I mean, group standings, then you would back Gujarat a little bit. But then Rajasthan have also found their own, heroes at different points of time. Like maybe something like an inspiring performance from Ashwin in the last game against CSK. That would definitely give them a lot of confidence going into this match. That even though the key player Butler has not been performing, they're still been managing to win games. One thing they would want to probably, go for them is Samson getting a few runs because he's always failed to, deceive. I would say he's looked good, but he's just not getting converting those starts. So I think if it is any game that he needs to do that, it's definitely tonight. And yeah, on the opposite side, I mean, Hardik also he did quite well at the beginning, and then sort of slightly tapered off. So he would also want to make an impact tonight. I mean, honestly speaking, it's a mouth-watering contest, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Exactly. So, it's a contest between number one and number two, and obviously, we can expect an exciting contest. So, with that said,
Yeah,
let's move on to the man of the match contest. And as we have already declared the winner is somewhere in the middle of the video, let's go on to today's contest. So, guys, we have a game between Rajasthan and Gujarat, and all you have to do is predict the man of the match and drop it in the comment section by the time the team batting second comes to bat. So yeah, and also we have a lot of winners from the past games who have not yet collected their vouchers. So do drop us an email. We'll drop our email ID in the caption below. So drop us an
correct.
email and we'll send you the vouchers. Otherwise, Shaz is telling he'll take all the vouchers and go away. So yeah, with that, we come to an end of
Or
today's
else,
preview. Yeah,
yeah, Karthik is also there because he
yeah,
says he's been predicting. I'm not been predicting. So he's saying I'm predicting. I'll probably take the voucher since I got a few correct.
yeah. I heard that, and he told he won't give me the voucher as well. Karthik, I'll see you after the
Okay.
IPL ends. All right. So yeah, with that, we'll conclude today's video and we'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy cricket. Cheers.